Greetings, everybody, and welcome to another episode of, well, whatever we do here. I think I called this Video Game Madness because, we've got video game pickups. I'm here, of course, with my friend here, David Strege, as we
Hello.
are on Delusions of Grandeur as well.
And since I only have two movie pickups since last time, I'm probably going to go on about those two. So,
Well, I could do one of those. I could do a movie pickup because one just came out.
I just have two.
Well, let's start.
So pick two.
Well, I've got one. I can get another one while you're doing yours there. But let's see here. Give me just 1 minute. I gotta. There we go. Nope. 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 Okay, I know there is an option that lets me be bigger. There we go. So I just got this in the mail today. Haunted House of Pancakes.
Okay.
Now,
who put that out?
I am not sure what the name of the guy who did this. It's directed by Nathan Dalton. This has been in the works for a long time. I thought it was funny. It looks entertaining. I got kind of critter style stuff. I have a small credit in this. I have several background voices that have me doing the noise during the voices. A few different characters in the background as like people who are going there. And it's about basically a haunted house of pancakes. Trapped inside a nightmarish diner on Halloween night, a waiter and college student must fight against the bloodthirsty food out for revenge. Will they escape the clutches of the haunted house of pancakes or fall victim to the food apocalypse? Yeah. So that's
Alrighty.
me. So I'll go grab something else and then I'll...
All right. So I had actually seen this at Walmart. It's not, well, at least I thought it wasn't. It is not a Shout Factory release. Normally, when you see these collector's editions on these covers, sometimes it's that. But Rumpelstiltskin, a horror movie by Mark Jones, from the creators of Leprechaun. And the guy who is Rumpelstiltskin, he played one of the Ferengis on Star Trek Next Generation. So not the main Ferengi Quark, but one of the others that he ends up like having a quarrel with down the road. So it was interesting to learn that. I like it. I like it now. I never saw it before. So I'm glad that, and this was on the out of print list on DVDs. That was like if you saw it on eBay, it was like $500 for just that one DVD. So seeing it for $16 or so, that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that got a re-release. Rumpelstiltskin is a pretty cool looking movie. Everything sounds like it's fun. So I thought I said, you know what? This way I can take this back to where I'm going to view it anyway. I had this for tonight's viewing for Inside Movies Galore, by the way. So if you get a sneak peek about what we're covering. And this is the double feature disc for Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back and Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Okay. And that I haven't seen yet.
Both of those there on this. And it was actually a special edition version of the Reboot disc. It actually comes with a Jay and Silent Bob Reboot slipcover, which I'm probably going to just keep elsewhere for now.
Very cool.
As this, I'd rather just keep it like this so I know what I'm
watching.
seeing. So I'll take it back with me to where I'm probably gonna view the second film at, and then I don't have to actually do that with my replacement video. So
Well, I know that you picked up that $40 Trauma film that just recently came out, but I picked up the other Trauma film that is out there, and that is the Toxic Avenger remake, or whatever, with Peter Dinklage in it. So I know it spent a lot of time trying to figure out like avenues of where to stick it and distribution and all that jazz. And I know for a while the director was fighting the ratings, whatever. I'm just glad we have an unrated copy of it out there. I mean, sometimes directors sit on these films forever before they decide when they want to put them out, and this
yeah,
had like a 2-year window at least of not coming out anywhere. So, and I know Peter Dinklage was trying to push the director, be like, just release it already. So, finally got released, and it's not too bad. I mean, it's not obviously Toxic Avenger, but it is fun, at least to me. So, all right,
very cool.
that's it for me, at least as far as movies go.
Well, this is
I haven't
called
really
video
been
game.
into collecting movies as much.
We are doing something called video game madness. So it's not, this would be it'd be kind of weird if we just covered movies for this one.
Yeah.
I just logged my haunted house of pancakes, which, by the way, comes with a little order up thing where they sent me the thank you note there.
Cool.
It's been years since they started that project, so I'm kind of glad to see it. Now I have a stack, decent sized stack. So basically, I'm starting with the. I've got actually 1, 2, 3, 4 systems worth on here: Switch, Xbox, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5.
Okay.
But most of it's PlayStation 5. So we'll start with the Switch on my end. So this first one is Mugen Souls Z, which I got from PlayAsia. Now this one, I'm not 100% certain what it was. It was an NIS America title, and I really like NIS America. I've liked them for their video games and their anime that they did. I like the original Mugen Souls, which is more of a tactical style. It had some fun, offbeat anime-style humor and cutscenes. So, yeah, I thought it was pretty good overall. I enjoyed it. Their first one, so I am very curious about the second. Say, explore 12 vibrant worlds and save the universe from ancient threats. Fight monsters on free-roaming battle maps. Make them your servants. Execute spectacular combos with your allies. And create unique poems by customizing body parts, faces, and job classes. So, fun little video game there.
Okay. Well, for my stack, I either have PS4 games or PS5. This one just so happens to be a PS4 game, and I'm pretty sure it used to be a limited run game. So this is the standard version of the game, yeah, on PS4, Scarlet Nexus. I have not played it yet as of yet. It's still in my to play pile. But this was a relatively recent pickup, and I think I picked it up at GameStop.
And mine is on the list. That's also an RPG, if I believe correctly.
So, don't know what it's about. Looks like it's a shooter fighter game of some sort. Maybe some. Looks like. Okay, it says dive into a brain punk future caught between technology and psychic abilities. We're all connected. So,
Aren't we all?
but that's my first so-called called game pickup to show?
Well, my second one is Phantom Brave: The Lost Hero. Now, this is a tactics game. The first game basically was about this person on this island, and she could make objects into characters to fight for her. This is also NIS, by the way. Again, it has a cutesy anime aesthetic. That is not going to be the whole of this list, even though I have a number of them that are. I really thought the first one was a great game. It came out on PlayStation 2 back in the day, and they re-released that one. And this one got released recently, and is the sequel. And I figured since I got the re-release originally on the Switch, let me get my thing on there. There's better. Now you can see it better. Since the re-release was on the Switch, I went ahead and I got this one on the Switch too, because I have a Switch 2 and it'll play better. It should do very well for that.
Okay, so I'm going to do these ones together because they kind of go together.
Okay.
I did buy them separately, even though I was originally going to buy them all together in a bundle. This is the Yakuza Remastered Collection on PS4. That's got 3, 4, and 5.
Yep.
I've got Yakuza 6, Yakuza 0, and then Judgment and Lost Judgment.
Well, the one to start with supposedly is Yakuza 0, so you've got a place to start. They're very long games. I've actually played about halfway through Yakuza 0, and then I gave up. I need to start again. I do. But, I mean, they're good games. There's a lot to do, but the problem is there's so much to do. Like, racing.
I found out that...
It's just...
I found that out, and I figured they're similar to Shenmue.
Oh, yeah. Well, Shenmue... I think Yakuza is the ultimate distillation of what Shenmue was supposed to be. So, you know... And, yes, baby kitty.
But yeah, decided to pick those up, and I know I still have a few more to collect of that one, but at least I got the majority of it collected.
Oh yeah, I mean, shoot, if you get Kiwami and Kiwami 2, you'll have the first. You'll have 0, 1, and 2, and then you have 3, 4, 5. And did you say 6 was in there? In your pile?
Yeah, 6 was in there.
So you'd have all of the original Yakuza games, because Like a Dragon kind of changed it around. So, cat.
Okay.
So, as I sit here with a cat on my shoulder. So this is a cat that's on my shoulder. But this is the last of the Switch games.
Okay.
So, a while back, they did a Mario collection for Switch that had Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy on it. But for the Switch 2, they decided, okay, let's do another Mario collection. This time, they re-released Galaxy again, but also they put Galaxy 2 on there, which is what I paid really this for. This version of Galaxy functions higher. It actually runs at 4K, which is the reason to keep that one in a way. But really, it's getting Galaxy 2. So now I have all of the original 3D Marios playable on the Switch, which is great. Now, the last 3D Mario that I beat was, I guess you could say 3D World, Bowser's Fury. But in reality, the last true 3D one I ever beat was Super Mario 64, because I had a hard time with I started to decline on my gameplay when I had the GameCube, so I never really finished some of those. So one of these days I'm just going to get back into it. I'm just going to start playing the hell out of 3D Mario until I get them all caught up. I haven't even played Odyssey, and I have that. That's supposed to be a really amazing game.
Okay, so these two I'm going to do together because I bought them together, not
All
because
right.
they have anything to do with each other. But I bought them together as a bundle from someone, and the first one is L.A. Noir,
All
which
right.
it's a lot like. Well, I used to have this. I actually do have this one on PS3. It's just this is an upgrade, and they haven't really pushed this to transforming it and having it as a PS5 game. It's very similar to Mafia and like The Godfather, basically to me. So, and then I got even though I got it partially for that, I got it partially because Dragon's Dogma, Dark Horizon, was part of the bundle, and I wanted to check out that world because they, I believe, at the time, number two was coming out,
Yeah.
and I know that there's a lot of mixed feelings about number two out there right now, but I still wanted to get into the world, and honestly, it reminds me a lot of like the worlds that are in the um the one I just got from Blizzard, Dungeons and Dragons, Baldur's
Yeah.
Gate.
Dragon's Dogma has a lot of good things to it. Um, Dragon's Dogma 2, I've heard a lot of good things for. Um, Now, Dragon Age is a different animal, but but that depends on who you talk to.
Yeah,
I haven't
definitely.
played either series, so I couldn't help.
So,
Speaking of interesting, I am going to switch systems now,
oh,
but only for one game.
yeah,
That's Xbox. And the only reason why I got this is that it's been $50 everywhere else, but it was 14 on Xbox. And that was Metaphor ReFantazio. Now I've heard a lot of good things about this. I've heard it's a RPG, has some Persona 5 vibes to the menus and so on. But I have heard nothing but praise about this game. And for $14, I'm willing to lay down on it and try. I mean, it's rare that I buy anything for the Xbox these days because the system is basically dead, but I can't really resist that price point. I've heard nothing but praise for that particular one. So I'm kind of glad to have it.
okay. So I'm not sure if I went on about this one or not. This is the one I was unsure whether I went on it before when we did a video last time or not. But it was around that time that we were doing it, so I'm still going to put it forward as a pickup. Final Fantasy 1 through 6. I did eventually pick it up. Wasn't sure if I went on about it. I completely forgot if I did, but if I did, sorry, but it is a pickup. So
Can't remember because I know we've talked about it, but we usually chat about these things when we're online. And those I like. It's a really good deal, to tell you the truth. You get some amazing games.
yeah,
One is
so
one of my favorite games to replay. Three.
I think I had said that I had picked it up, and it hadn't arrived yet.
But yeah, I mean, 4 and 6 alone are worth having that for. But the rest are pretty good. And the best way to play Final Fantasy 2 is in that collection. Technically, there's a PSP version that's supposedly a little bit better, but so far the one that makes it playable is that one. Because that game was horrible. All right, so this is the only one for PlayStation 4 that I have. I gotta get the Switch. Come on, Switch. Damn you. There we go. And I've been kind of neglecting this one because I thought I'd cleared my shelves of all video games, but no. So here we have Omari, I like to get indie games when I can. This is the only one of this. It's an RPG. It's kind of pixel based graphics, usually a lower end. Um, and from what I've heard, it's a very dark RPG, but it has this kind of pencil style to it. And I thought this is kind of creative. And I do look forward to trying this one out and seeing it. Now, this does keep up the anime aesthetic. How many of these do I keep up the anime aesthetic for? Okay, I break away from the anime aesthetic in a few. Uh, but this one also has that, but this one's a bit dark. I've heard pretty good things about this indie RPG. So I was like, yeah, when I find it on physical like that, it's good. I mean, it's by Fan Gamer. So very curious about it.
Okay. All right. So my next one is Dragon Quest III, the HD2 Master.
Oh,
I did pick up that one. I haven't picked up 1 and 2 yet, because there were several things coming out at that point in time, which one of them is in my stack here eventually. But Dragon Quest 3, I have, and I know that I still have a copy of Dragon Quest. I think either 10 or 11 from you. At one point, at point in time, I do have that. So,
we're getting a good collection of it.
Yep, starting to.
Well, the next game that they are remaking in the series is 7. A weird way of doing it. But I have heard that they are remaking 4, 5, and 6 as well, which would be good because the only way to play 4, 5, and 6, if you don't have a Nintendo 3DS, is on the Nintendo, the original Nintendo.
Okay.
Through emulation. So it's good. I hope that they do because it would be great to be able to play it on the big screen. Because I've tried to play them on their 3DS versions. I just don't like playing the little. It's funny that you should mention Dragon Quest, though. Because I have Dragon Quest 1 and 2's 3D remake.
Boo! No, just kidding.
Well, I've heard that they've actually, much like with the Pixel remaster, that they've made Dragon Quest 2 playable, which is good because it was the black sheep of this series too. I have beaten it. And I've beaten Dragon Quest 1, so it's kind of cool to be able to have those 2 remakes in the collection.
Yeah, I'm still planning on picking those up. It's just I couldn't get it before they had the pre-order.
Well, let me tell you a story about it. I was originally going to pick this up on the Switch because for a long time the Switch was the place to get it and have a majority of the game on the disc. Then the Switch 2 came out, and this came out as a game key card game. I don't know if you've heard about what the Switch 2 is doing with some of their games.
Nope.
The key card games are simply just a key card that unlocks the digital download for you.
That sucks.
And a lot of their games are in that format, and that's how this is. So only way for me to get this all on the disc is either this or the Xbox version. And though it would entertain me to get the Xbox version, I decided to stick with this. And because of that, I'm going to show a second one because of this. I went ahead and I repurchased this for $20 so that I can have both of them on the same system, fully on disc.
You could not pay me to get a system that does that with their system. I don't like the idea that you have to get a key to download a download, and it's not even a fucking hard copy.
For the most part, I'm okay with digital games because half of the discs require you to download so much anyway that what's on the disc is barely a game. These days, I'm not okay with the concept that they have gone that way. But if it's a game that I really like, I am very happy when it's like this and all of it's on the disc. That much I can say. As I have a cat on my shoulder.
All
A very happy kitty. Yes, I see. You're very happy.
right. So next is a PS4 game. I had these on PS3, but I've been meaning to pick a copy of this up. It's roller coasted in price from time to time, and it finally dropped to a decent price for me to pick it up. Is the Dead Island Definitive Collection, which has the numbers 1 and 2, two. I don't think it's the remastered, but at least it's the collection. So I think they remastered them for the PS5 later on. So
Hello to you too. Let's talk about movies and stuff. Hope you're enjoying the pickup stream. It's a rare stream between me and Dave. I don't know which channel you're watching it on, but I hope you're enjoying.
hope so too.
So I've got one that I know you're going to pick up on this stream, and that is Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, the remastered edition, which I got for relatively cheap at GameStop. I've been curious about picking this up because, oddly enough, so I first heard about the Elder Scrolls games in the late 90s when the second game came out. It was probably the first PC game that I played constantly, the second game in the series. I tried the first game. It just was too far out for me.
Morrowind?
Then, what's that? No,
Was that Morrowind?
The first game was called Arena. The second game was called Daggerfall, which I loved Daggerfall. I mean, the amount of land that you traversed, you traversed all of the countries. This is just one country in the area that you traverse in Daggerfall. And that style of just open wandering, that's what this series was about, where you just get lost. You don't do the main story. You just go about messing around, doing quests and so on. And I would go around out to this really small island that was off the coast of Daggerfall, and I would routinely run away from the guards after stealing stuff and build up all of my skills, because you build up skills in Elder Scrolls by using them, by killing guards. And my reputation for evil was limited because I was surrounded by water and it never made it to the mainland. So I was just robbing this petty little island blind and leveling myself up. There is a redone version of that where they actually went in and remastered Daggerfall on GOG. It's still digital only, but who knows? Maybe they'll bring a remastered version of Elder Scrolls 1 and 2 to a console. That would be kind of cool. They put it in Daggerfall. They could put it in the Elder Scrolls engine, the newer one. And of course, also the third one is Morrowind, then Oblivion, and then finally Skyrim, which is the one that most people know. But Oblivion was for a while. Actually, Morrowind was kind of stuck on Xbox. And this one was the one that got out of Xbox and was on PlayStation and Xbox. I've heard a lot of good things about this one, but I have yet to play it. I played a little bit of Morrowind, but the text boxes were too much for me in Morrowind. So people say, no, you've got to give it another chance. Like, maybe. I've got all the games technically on my PC. I just have to sit and decide to do it. One of these days, I actually plan on beating Daggerfall. I never actually beat it. I just kicked around in it a lot. Got really powerful. Because in the original version, the game would crash if you played the story in the final dungeon. That's crazy. All right.
All right, so next one. This is a collection, and it's on PS4. It's Outbreak Collection, and I've only played the first one on this. but let's see what is on this. Outbreak, the New Nightmare, Outbreak, the Nightmare Chronicles, Outbreak, Lost Hope, and Outbreak Epidemic. So
I've heard they're kind of lame. Some of them are, as far as that. But what did you think? You've actually played them.
Well, I couldn't exactly figure out the quantum physics of opening the door, so I had to kind of cheat on the a little bit on the first one, which I'm still on the first one. I'm still trying to decide whether I like it or not.
Because I have them digitally, but I didn't want to buy a collection of games that I don't really know anything about. Especially when I've heard the quality is dubious.
I kept wanting it, just for the simple fact that it's a zombie game-ish, and it is. It's just it has you doing all these like mathematician things just to open doors, and you have to know them in the exact sequence, and it doesn't exactly tell you how or where. So to me, I actually had to watch a somewhat walkthrough in order to actually figure that shit out. It's nothing that I think that you could figure out on your fucking own. That I can swear to saying, but I suppose I'll give the other games a chance just to see where the fuck they go in the series, and go back to it. But
too.
Huh?
They also have a dinosaur version of it, where you're, that's the Resident Evil version, and they do a Dino Crisis style one. Yes, little girl.
So that's that.
All right. Well, this next one is interesting. It has an interesting history, and I've been really wanting this game. So I'm like, you know what? I found it cheap on one of these sales. I can't remember what the sale day was, but it was pretty cheap when I did. And that is Fantasian Neo Dimension, which is an old school saga style RPG. Saga meaning you have a whole bunch of like main characters to choose from. And one of the things about this game is that it was released in 2021 exclusively on Apple Arcade, which already sucks right there.
Apple Arcade?
Yeah, this one was, which is funny because this one actually had two Final Fantasy alums, Hironobu Sakaguchi and the composer Nobuo Uematsu, who was a big composer for Final Fantasy games. They actually created these dioramas, and then they took pictures of dioramas and digitized them. So that's how they did the game fields and stuff, which is pretty cool. I really like that concept. And I believe it's turn-based RPG. I've heard a lot of good things, and considering this was only on mobile for the longest time, I am very glad to see it finally got out of it, especially because good games should not die on mobile. And so I'm very glad to have this. I'd been wanting this for a while, and very happy with it.
Good.
With getting it. Yep.
All right. So I had this on PC at one point in time, at least. The Legacy of Kain. So I ended up picking up Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered. That was my birthday present to myself.
Very good.
And I remember playing at least the first one over and over on my PC. So loved it. Liked it this time around, and I still have to check out the second one. Now, I know that they did the third and fourth one on a totally different series or a game system.
Yeah.
Everspace or Ever something. Evercade. That was the thing that they stuck the third and fourth one on. But I think that they should have done another collection for the PS5 for that, but that's me.
I
But
think it's
I
still
enjoy
they're
it.
available digitally on the PS5, but I don't know if they have a physical for it.
No, they do not.
So, but yeah, the original Legacy of Kain, I remember playing back on the PlayStation 1, which played oddly enough like Legend of Zelda, but with vampires. And the way they had the vampires, when they open their mouth and like people's just blood just goes out into their mouths, that was like creepy. You played Villain for later games as the first one. Yes, you do. It's a good kitty. Yeah. He my old kitty.
All right, your turn.
So these ones here, a lot of these, not all of them, but a good number of them, I ended up getting on a whim because I had some credit I needed to spend at GameStop. So I went ahead and looked, and I got a whole bunch of indie games. So this first one is Phobia Saint Denfina Hotel for the PS5. This is another one that's iffy, but explore a decadent hotel across different timelines, uncover the dark history of a fanatical cult, and your role in the plans in this twisting narrative full of puzzles, conspiracies, and otherworldly horrors.
Sounds promising.
It looks interesting. I've heard mixed things about it, but I had credit to spend, and they had a buy two get one. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? I can do this. And I'm curious about it. It's probably not that good, but that's never stopped me in the past. So it's kind of cool to have indie games like that in the collection.
Okay.
Well,
So, this was another buy. I think I bought it the weekend after I bought the Soul Reaver stuff. Evidently, there was a game for the movie The Thing. John Carpenter's
awesome.
The Thing. And they remastered it. So I started playing it a little bit, and it's definitely got that creepy vibe. So
I've heard it's good.
it is good. Up until when you don't know what the fuck to do next. So
But I've still debated whether to get the physical or digital for it. But only if
I recommend getting the physical for it. It's still worth it. But it's entertaining. So one of these days I'll have to go back into it and get back to that level that I had gotten to. But yeah, there we have that one.
Well, I've got something weird, and that is a horror game called Indica. This is what they call a AA game, which is they utilize a lot of graphics heavy stuff, but they're usually either shorter or they cut some corners here and there so that they're not as expensive as a AAA game, but have some decent quality, and they take some risks usually. Indica is where you play this nun on this journey, and everybody hates the nun, and we don't know why, but it is an incredibly creepy game from what I've seen so far. And it's well worth checking out. It's got some photorealistic graphics on it, beautifully lit game, but very creepy, very disturbing. So as you follow Indica in her journey, it's not very long, but from what I've heard, it's actually really worth the play. That's for 11-bit studios.
Okay, so next I have, and like Brandon said, I was going to go and show this one anyways. Oblivion. Ended up pre-ordering this bastard because I used to watch my friend play it on the PC. PC, not Xbox, because that's where it eventually went to. But it was on the PC originally. So And I have a little bit of some stories to tell because he eventually figured out how to hack the character mods into making sure that your female characters were naked. And he kept saying that the one character was my sister because he had the hots for my sister at the time. So it really, he really teased me a lot at that time. But I played the character and loved it at the time. Of course, you probably can't hack the character mods now, but still, the from what I've
Oh,
seen of the game and what I've played of it, it looks awesome. So,
wait till you try the fifth game in the series. You know what's funny is the second game, Daggerfall. There were random nude women scattered throughout the game. And I mean, they were actually in the real game itself. No mods necessary. They're just random nude women they just threw down. You just walk in a room and there's this nude woman there.
that would have been awesome.
That was weird.
I think can't you? Isn't Daggerfall like one of the things that that is an update in one of the games or something like that?
What's that?
I don't know.
Now,
But
on
your
PC, you can mod almost anything on PC if you understand things.
Yeah.
All right, so another indie by Axis Games is a game called Raging Bites. Now, this
Raging
is a game,
Bite?
Yeah, Bites, like BYTES.
Yeah.
And you play as these 16-bit characters, and you're exploring a zombie-ravaged city, playing RPG-style mechanics as you go. I thought it was a very creative concept, and it's rare that I see games like this just sitting on the shelf. So I was like, you know what? And because it's pre-owned, I understand what happened. Is somebody probably bought this off of the site and a lot of these other ones, and then just turned in a bunch of indie games that they had for cash, which worked out to my advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I still probably got it cheaper than they got it from.
Okay, so next I have, and I had picked up the first initial Castlevania Anniversary Collection a long time ago, but at the same time, I think that this collection came out, and I waited the longest to get it because this is the one of the earliest like shoot 'em games that are out there. This is the Contra collection.
Oh yeah, good one.
And this has Contra, the arcade game, Super Contra, Contra from North America, Contra from Japan, Super C, Contra 3, the Alien Wars, Operation C, Contra Hard Corps, Super Probotector Alien Rebels, and Probotector. I guess these are all games connected to the initial Contra collective.
And the
So,
Konami code still works for the original NES game, so that's good. Because it's a hard game to beat on just the 3 lives they give you.
yeah. So, but yeah, this is a very interesting collection. I've only played the first one so far, so I'm going to probably be going back to it eventually to check out the other games, just like I've checked out the games on the Castlevania collection, which at one point in time I actually had on one disc. I had Castlevania 1, 2, and 3 and Contra 1 and 2 on one PC disc. So I remember having those, but I never checked out the rest of these. So it'll be interesting to check the rest of them out.
Yeah, I mean the original Contra and Contra 3 are my favorites of that series. And as far as Castlevania, it's no contest. Castlevania 4 is my favorite. Matter of fact, for Halloween, I broke it out late at night, and Jake played the first level of Castlevania 4.
Castlevania 3 is my favorite because that's the one that I grew up on. I didn't grow up on the first two. Um, I grew up on the one, and then when I had it on PC, is when I checked out 2 and 1. I still liked 3, and I checked out for 4, but it wasn't my favorite, to be fair. So,
Hmm. Well, 3 was interesting. There is a game series called gosh, what was it? It's not Symphony of the Night. That is based off of a Castlevania game, but it's similar to that concept. Something of the Moon or something like that. There is a Play Asia actually has a
Curse of the
physical.
Blood Moon.
Yeah, Play Asia and Limited Run had versions of it too, but Play Asia is the only one that sells physical versions now. Where you could get 1 and 2, and those, if you like Castlevania 3, those both play very similar to Castlevania 3.
Okay.
So this one's just entertaining because it's crazy as hell, and I've played some of it and I've had fun with it. It's very sandboxy, and that is Squirrel with a Gun.
Squirrel with a gun.
Literally,
I've been
is what
meaning
it
to
is.
pick that up. Is it good?
The only thing that it could use is blood and gore. If it had blood and gore, I would be, or at least an unlockable with that, I would be playing it all the time. Because you play a realistic looking squirrel, and he just picks up a pistol and starts like wailing with it. And you use the gun to do things like jumping puzzles and stuff like that because of the momentum of the gun. And you get different guns, and you got to take out these suited people, and you're hunting down different outfits.
It would be awesome if they could actually have you play Scrat from Ice Age doing the same shit.
And this version has stickers, squirrel stickers, and I believe a poster. Yep. I can get it unfolded. Probably the only time I unfold it.
Very cool.
I don't know. This one goes right up there with Goat Simulator as just this off the wall sandboxy game, and it is hilarious. So I've enjoyed playing it. I've also got it digitally on Xbox, which is where I play it most of the time. But I wanted a physical copy of it because it is a fun game to play, and this didn't cost me that much.
Okay, so I had put in to get this from Limited Run itself. And I remember seeing the PS2 games around and the GameCube games for these as well, and thinking to myself, okay, these look interesting. You know, just because it's a gecko that isn't selling insurance for Geico, and it's the Gex trilogy. And they're all kind of weird. So far, I've played all three of them just minimally. But I like the first one the best, to be fair and honest so far. And it was put out by Square Enix. Gex Enter the Gecko, and Gex Deep Covered Gecko are the names of them. So if you can get a copy of it, sure. But I like the fact that you were able to now get it in one collection. You know,
I mean, I could have played them when they came out because I had the system, and I heard of the games when they came out originally, but I never got into the Gex series.
I don't think that you would get into the second one. The third one, maybe. But I prefer the first one because of the old school looking of it, and I could see myself continuing to play the first one. The second two are cool to have, just because they're there.
Yeah, they're getting ready to do a James Pond collection.
A what?
James Pond, where you play a secret agent fish.
Okay, I think I
They had
remember
a lot of mascot games back in those days.
I think I remember the name. I just don't remember the game. And did you have any more?
I just have 2 more left, and which is good because it'll be on the right time.
Okay.
This one is Tales of Graces F Remastered. Now, the Tales series is interesting because the way that they do it is the fighting in the game is unlike turn-based. You go into this sort of fighting game style where you're on a 2D plane and you're executing different moves with the characters. This one apparently is a remake of a very good game. I've had a lot of people really like this and have told me you need to try it. So I went ahead and I got it. I don't think I paid much for it. Again, this was on a sale. I think it was on Prime Day. Prime Day was what I got this on. So I got it for like $10, which it's worth trying for $10.
Okay.
Did you have one more, Dave, or 2 more?
I do.
Or how many more? All right.
I do, and I just recently got this trilogy, which you can still get on. I got this off of Amazon, but Night Move Studios went and worked on this trilogy, and I know that they were on limited run for a while separately, and you could get them in this like special like box set for a while. I think Turok and Turok 2.
Oh yeah.
But now they have them in a standalone trilogy set, and when I saw that, I was like, "Sweet! Now I can get all 3 of them and not worry about having some stupid ass box set for like how much money when I didn't even know if they were worth it, you know." And Turok, I remember it being quite a thing back in the day, and they look it looks like it's as blocky as like Shadow Man remastered was, and
it was in 64, so
yeah, it was on
it
was on Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I can imagine that it was.
Yeah, Torque was definitely Nintendo 64. So
okay, but it also says it was on Atari. So
Atari did it. So Atari made it. So it could have been on the Jaguar back in the day, but that wouldn't have been much better.
And I saw Acclaim had something to do with it too. So because when I put it in, it said Acclaim Entertainment. So, but yeah, I got that's Turok 2 Seeds of Evil and Turok 3 Shadows of Oblivion. So I got 2 Oblivion games.
Well, my last one is the reason why I'm sending one of this version, a version of the game to you. And that is I finally got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge Ultimate Edition, which has all of the DLC. And I have, on top of that, actually, Limited Run is still selling this, but I think it's going out of print with them. And this is the European version, but the game kept coming out with DLC, and they kept coming out with physical versions of it. And but finally, they've ended the DLC, so it's kind of cool to have all of it in one place. If you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan and you love the original arcade games, because back in the day, they had this great Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat-em-up arcade game where you could play all 4 turtles at once.
I remember.
So this group here did an homage to those where you did this beat-em-up. And I've beaten this game, and it is excellent. I mean, it does have the same feel. To me, it's one of the better beat 'em ups. They did also Scott Pilgrim versus the World as well.
Oh, the people behind it.
Yeah, the ones who did the beat 'em up for that, and they are good games. I haven't played the other Scott Pilgrim one, but I will say that the Turtles game is a good game.
Well, I know I've got the Cowabunga collection, so that's
So you've already
that's
got the
a fair
arcade
amount.
games. But yeah, and you'll have Shredder's Revenge in December, the base game, which is still pretty damn good.
Yep. So, and I know you have one more.
That's it. I'm done.
Well, I'm pretty much done myself. So.
All right. Well, that's it. We ended at the right time then. It's almost time to go on for Inside Movies Galore. Which, by the way, if you want to come on with us, we are discussing Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back as we enter into a Skew month as we cover the View Askew-averse. So, I guess join us then.
Looking forward to seeing you guys. See you there.
Bye-bye.
Inside Movies Galore just makes you just want more. We've had all in the world of media to explore. Horror, anime, or Curious George. Our love of new things was our reward. It is the best night of our week.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.